Hi, it's Helen Grimolowski of Blueberry Road Diversions, and we're going to do the turtle and earth painting for Earth Day. So I wanted to give you a couple ideas about supplies. This is a 16 by 20 canvas, so that's the one that I used. You can always go a little bit smaller, and this is a 9 by 12, or you can go to like 11 by 14, but I think that's as small as I'd go. Then you're going to want to find something for that canvas to sort of fit so that you can create your circle for your earth. So it just gives you, it's just a little way to not stress about making your circle. You will have received your stencil for your turtle. And then what you're going to want is a carbon paper. So the carbon paper will help you to transfer it onto the canvas. So if you don't have carbon paper, then maybe just find some, find like a 6B pencil or something, and then what we'll do is create a graphite on the back of the stencil, and that will transfer onto your canvas as well. So no worries if you can't find the carbon paper, but it's helpful. Next thing is that we're going to want brushes. So what I do is I sometimes do on the bigger parts, you can use like a house brush. So, but a 1 inch is about as big as I would go. And then you can start with some craft brushes, which would be like a 1 inch flat. Then you can find ones that are your little angled brushes. If you can see the angle on them, they're kind of fun to use to create the edges a little bit. And then you can get some round ones. So on your supply list, I've given you suggestions as to the numbers on the side of the brush. The brushes usually have a number on them, so we'll want a few of those. So a couple of your round brushes, a couple different sizes. You can also find one that's called a liner brush, which is this one. So it's just a long, narrow little brush. And what it does is help us to create some smaller little branches on our tree if we want. Not a necessity, but bring it along if you can. Then you're going to want a couple pencils to be able to trace with. If you have a Sharpie and it's a fairly new one, you want one with a decent point on it, because what we can do, instead of doing the outline with paint, you can also do it with your marker and save yourself a little bit of stress, but that's up to you. And then we're going to want some paint. So all I do is I go to either the dollar store, Walmart, Micheals, any kind of craft place that has the little craft paints. You don't need a ton of paint, so it's nice to start out with the craft stuff, and that's all that's on here. If you have other paint, other acrylic paints that you want to use, please use them. I have a suggestion of the colors that I've used on this, but you can also use whatever colors you're attracted to. You're going to want a water container, so a sour cream container or a cup, and that's just to have water available to wash your brushes. The other one is you're going to want a paint palette, so something to just put your paint on to use. So you can use like a sour cream lid, or a plate will work just as well. You're going to want a hair dryer, and that is so that we can dry in between, so that we aren't getting stuck to our paint, and plus it moves things along a little bit faster so we can keep going on all the steps. Paper towel is helpful just to wipe things up or to clean your brushes and dry them. So that's kind of it. You're going to have your stencil that's coming to you, as well as your supply list. So get what you can, use what you have, don't go out and buy too many things, and just less stress. Let's enjoy this evening of painting and some astrology. All right, see you soon.